very windy today. I wonder if you are just as unsettled. There's a few feels around today. Alright, now I'm live. Oh, I like this one. Alright, so Susan says, welcome to Friday the 20th of September. Please like, comment, and share because I forget that people watch this on YouTube. And I love referrals. So if you have friends that you think would like what I do, please invite them to either Lifetime to Level Up on Facebook or invite them to like my channel or send my things to people. That would be awesome. All right, so this morning I just pulled a Susan Skyring card, all right, and it is Platypus and Independence. Good morning, I can see someone's there. Maybe I need to click the buttons to get the words. Yep, there we go. Good morning, Cara, my desert baby girl. All right, so independence. Platypus appears vulnerable, living her independent life, but she knows how to protect herself, and so do you. Oh my God, I fucking love that. It is so specific. All right, let's read the words. Because right now we have the moon in Aries, independence. Good morning, Louise. But it is conjunct Chiron. It is past the conjunction, but there's still been some sensitivity around this morning. It doesn't move into Taurus until 7 p.m. tonight. All right, so let's have a look. All those old stories are starting to look like the fiction that they are, made up by other people and fed to you as truth, their truth, not yours. Keep working on clearing the fog and find out what it is that you need to heal and be at your best. Rome may not have been built in a day, but there have been plenty of towers that have fallen in one. So, like basically, you know, we're getting to this, we're in the eclipse stuff, we're doing the shadow work, you're starting to make all of these realizations. The moon in Chiron, the moon in Aries conjunct Chiron, that Aries moon is courageous and brave and wanting to do the things because it's like a young warrior going into battle. You feel like maybe you're wearing some protection, all right? The independence card, all right. So, but the old stories of that Chiron stuff and the Pisces full moon eclipse, like you're looking at your own narrative and you're like, oh my God, because that narrative took a long time to build. But like I said, a tower can fall in one day. All right. So it's about your perception and those realizations that you can make, which once you've had that realization, then you see your patterns and you see those thoughts come in. Good morning, Julie. How are you? Oh, that's all right. I'm only 3 minutes in. So, yeah. So once you've had that tower moment, then you can see the red flags flying. So this is that, good morning, Alicia. This is that moon Chiron, all right? So just be aware. So in the sky, the sun is coming up to do a Mercury conjunction again. It is at 9 degrees past or 8 or something like that. It's still pretty wide. But the fact is, the sun or Mercury is coming closer to the sun again. So we're coming to that superior conjunction, all right? So we had the inferior when it was in retrograde. We get the superior when it is still conjunct the sun, but on the other side. All right, so we've got that. Tomorrow, we've got the sun opposition Neptune. So here's us looking at that old fiction, Neptune is things that are not real, that are not tangible, that are fuzzy around the edges, that can't quite see that clarity. And then we have that Sun trine Pluto coming, all right? So that trine to Pluto is going to offer the clarity when you actually sit and have a look or ponder or dream about, about these things that you can see. Good morning, Kathy. So, the sun is right now at these last degrees of Virgo, so have that astute thinking. Get those detail orientated thoughts so you can counteract the fogginess of the sun opposition Neptune. All right, because Neptune is retrograde. All right, so these are the internal things that we're looking at logically and analytically. Yay! Yay, Claire. That's so good. I hope, I really hope that I help you navigate your day. That is my point. That's just, I had such a, I got home like at midnight last night from work. So being new, you will know that when I am a little bit sleep deprived, I'm a little bit blah, blah, blah. All right. So now another one that we have is Lilith has just moved from, thank you. Lilith has just moved from Libra into Virgo. All right. So now when Lilith was in Libra, it was about speaking the truths and things that you've repressed about situations in relationships. So, Libra, good girl, don't rock the boat. Let's find some balance. Let's just negotiate and be a mediator. Whereas Lilith is like, that shit. Let's talk the truth. All right. But now she's in Virgo. So I think we really need to get honest about what is actually good for you. All right. So the moon is also coming up to conjunct Hygeia. So Hygeia is a asteroid that I put in because I am a wellness coach. So Hygeia is your mental health and well-being, the safeguards that you put into place to make sure that you are protected. And Hygeia is in Taurus. So Taurus is our comfort, security, values. So have a look at that, um, I mean, that's going to be later on in the evening because Hygeia is in Taurus and the moon doesn't go into Taurus until 7 p.m. So later on in the evening might be the time where you start, we've still got this independent charge of the moon up until 7, where she then comes down a little bit. And we can start to, maybe the pieces fall into place, excuse me, or you're more aware of what boundaries need to be put up. All right. So now, in saying that, around that 7 p.m. mark, the moon is square Pluto at 6:30 p.m. All right. So that's sort of like, um, because the moon at 29 degrees of Aries is going to be square Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. So, I mean, I'm thinking about that because I work. So I'm just wondering whether I'm going to have some sort of challenge with establishment at 6:30, or there's going to be some sort of reality or truth come up that maybe challenges my bosses. So something like that, like put that example on your own plate and your own. So, I don't know, Pluto in Capricorn is all about that top down power structure, and yet the moon in Aries is all about that independent, go get 'em, I'm going to do it anyway because I'm brave type of attitude. So the square to Pluto is brings up the truth. It gives clarity. It gives brutal honesty as well. So you know what I mean? So watch out for that sort of later on in the evening type of influence. Now also between 11 and 3:30, the moon is in conjunct, and so Julie and Claire, and in conjunct, right, is an aspect that is, you think of a seesaw, okay, old school seesaw. That's the sign for an in conjunct, but it's really a tension because adjustment is required. So I use the analogy of, if you've ever had to do a plank, or you've stood on a seesaw and you've tried to make it balance, the easiest way is to brace your core so that you are strong, and then you'll be able to not be like all wishy-washy. So the moon, that independent Aries moon, is in conjunct the sun in Virgo. So there might be some sort of adjustment required. Virgo is also healthcare, self-care, service to others. All right. So maybe you want to be independent, but you have to make an adjustment so that you can serve people, or you have to make an adjustment so that you're doing what is right for you. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Heather. How are you? So yeah, I mean, like I said, with this Sun opposition Neptune, and also tomorrow Mercury, our thoughts, square Jupiter, which is also in Gemini, which is our thoughts. So the potentially, if you are seeing through the fog, then again, there's an adjustment to be made with the way that you are thinking, because there's an awareness that is coming. So clarity, awareness, adjustment, you know what I mean? Like, so you just sort of can see that maybe something comes up today that really does help you reduce to rubble a tower that maybe imprisoned you in somehow or some way. Um, all right, so what else is there? Let's draw a card. Let's draw a card. Which card do we want? All right, we want these cards. So yeah, in the beginning, I drew the Independence card, which is, these are Susan's cards. So it is, living independently, but knowing how to protect yourself, right? So there's that moon coming up to Hygeia later on in the day, the Pluto, the opposition to Neptune. There's a lot of things saying, be aware of what's going on around you and look for the truth of the matter, so that you know how to put things in place, because you're you, and you know your patterns, you know your stories, you know the people around you, and you're like, I know you're going to do XYZ. So before you even start, stop. All right, let's draw a card. I've got one the wrong way. Actually, sorry, I've just got to put some of these cards back in the right direction. What's going on? All right, okay. Okay, what card do we need? Oh, I'm seeing a really big tree, and it feels like the Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life, but in the Norse tradition. And I just feel like it's really the as above, so below. It's actually the below the ground that feeds the above the ground. So, that analogy being, you get a lot of your energy and thoughts from those dark places. So be aware of, what you're allowing to feed you or feed your thoughts. So focus on the things that you want to have feed you, if that makes sense. All right, that was a bit of a sidetrack there, wasn't it? Good morning, Anne Marie. Sorry, I had my eyes closed for a very long time then. All right. No. Okay, this one. Oh, okay. All right. So the Knight of Pentacles. All right. So I like this one. So just as I was saying, it's the things that are below and within that feed our thoughts and our experience. But this guy's planting seeds as he's continuing to move along. Like he's just doing his thing. He's walking the path, and choose those thoughts that you want to plant. Rome may not have been built in a day, but it only takes you to actually plant a seed and just trust that it's going to grow. You know, we plant a tree for our children, and in 30 years they get to enjoy the shade. So I think I need to look at the words for this one maybe. So, right, Pentacles. Come on. All right. So, seed by seed, I plant my future with my rock steady foundations in faith. That's pretty much it. So, diligence, hard work, determination, building material security, being pragmatic as well. So, hi April, how are you? So yeah, a lot of things today, and I feel like I'm saying the same thing all the time, but really pay attention to which thoughts that you want to grow. So, this 2 week shadow work, eclipse season, you know, tower falling moment, planting seeds along the way, sun opposition Neptune. Try to find clarity with that trine to Pluto within the fogginess, and be specific about the things that you allow into your mind. And it might be a little bit of work to actually, things only come up because they want to be put to rest. Think of it that way. If you've got something in your narrative right now, this is the time where it's like, please put me to bed. I'm tired. I don't want to be here anymore. And I'm sure you're feeling the same way. If you've got these incessant things coming up, yeah, click awesome, Louise. Awesome. So do the work to remove these things that are grating on your nerves, because you can do it. All right, you can. I know you can. Look in that toolbox. You've all got all the assistance and help you need, and now is the time. So even if it is a little bit foggy, just sit and ponder. And make sure you're drinking lots of water. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. I should be on tomorrow morning. Let's have a quick look. All right. Tomorrow morning, you know what? We have a Saturday morning cartoon day tomorrow. You're welcome, Alicia. So, don't plan for too much activity tomorrow morning. I'm only just saying this just in case I don't get on. So, yeah, allow yourself to have a day off or a morning off tomorrow, because on Sunday, it is much more of a doing day, all right? Sunday is the 29th degree of Virgo, so you might feel the rush to complete things on Sunday. So rest if you can tomorrow if I'm not on. And then Sunday, get organized. Do your, the do the summary so that you can start fresh, because the equinox is actually on Sunday. So there you go. It is definitely a time for completion on Sunday. Absolutely. All right, guys. Mwah.